Telluride kitchen, and there goes the fridge. That noise behind you is the refrigerator. I'm here to make Neil's soup, tell you guys how to make Neil's soup. So you start with 2 onions, 2 very large onions, and 2 carrots, and some lemon, and 2 potatoes. I know there's 1, but pretend there's 2. To cut an onion, you want to use a decent sized knife, no serrated edges please, and you want to curl in your fingers, cut off the top, swing it around, cut off the bottom, lay it down flat, cut it in half, then peel off the kind of rubbery edge. Then look on either side of the onion. Whatever side has the larger, wider rings is the side you don't want to cut on. You want to cut on the side with the smaller rings. Then hold it like this, with the flat side facing the inside of your hand, and cut almost to the end. Almost to the end again. This is to dice an onion. Turn it around so it's the opposite direction. Always lay an object down flat when you're cutting it. And then cut it again, almost to the end, almost to the end, all the way through. Then you cut it this way. That will make perfect dice. You want to see that again, too bad, you're going to have to rewind and play it all over again. So, that's the onion. Don't feel bad if it takes you 12 times to learn how to do that, because it certainly took me that long. Potato, you want to use like a russet potato. You just peel it. You want to wash it first. Always wash things first, even if you're going to peel them, because otherwise you're just like dragging the filth like into the vegetable, and that's kind of nasty. So wash your potato first, peel it. If you see any like spots like this, just peel through it. Now the reason we call this Neil's soup is because we have somebody here named Neil who pretty much eats his body weight worth of this soup on a weekly basis, so I've gotten into the habit of keeping it on stock for him. So just dice your potato, pretty obvious. You don't have to add potato, but it's good. So always when you make potato and you cut it, you want to put it in water, otherwise it'll oxidize and turn brown. Notice that I'm not cutting my fingers off. To avoid cutting your fingers off, you want to curl your fingers in a little bit. Okay, so we've got our onion and we've got our potato. For our carrots, the easiest way to peel a carrot, now you don't have to peel a carrot because actually the nutrition is in the skin. But if you want to peel a carrot, you want to hold it fat side up, kind of loosely in your hand, with the point down on the cutting board, and just kind of like one fell swoop, peel it. You can go pretty fast like that. So you can do the same thing, flip it over. Now carrots are tough to cut, so you got to make sure you're using a sharp knife or you're putting yourself in a pretty dangerous situation, because carrots like to roll when you're cutting. So what you want to do is cut it into 2 pieces, then cut it longwise, cut it longwise again. Again, see how I'm putting everything on the flat surface. Never cut on the rounded surface. It'll roll away on you. So dice. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's soup. And we're going to cook the heck out of it, so it's going to be nice and mushy. Alright, now over here I have some sliced mushrooms. They're wild mushrooms, well, wild mushrooms. Porcini, and portobello, and shiitake, and they're all sliced up. That's something I just like to add because it tastes good. Over here we have our lentils. There are so many kinds of lentils, it's ridiculous. But today we're going to use these. These are French green lentils, and they're really quite pretty. They've got all different colors, like blues and greens. They've got a very delicate flavor. I forgot my garlic. Garlic, fresh garlic, it's already peeled. You just want to chop it up real small, so it looks like this. You can use a food processor, it's a lot easier. And then you can just like put a tub of it in your fridge and just kind of like, it'll last like almost a month. You can just use it as you need it. So yeah, now that we've got pretty much all the ingredients that we're going to start sauteing with, we can start cooking. And I have here my pressure cooker. Not too many people have one of these, but I'm lucky enough to have one. But it just pretty much cuts your cooking down quite a bit. But you can use any pot, but you need to take a little more time. This will only take 40 minutes to cook. In a regular pot, it might take up to 2.5 hours, 2 hours to get to the point where this will in 45 minutes. So to start, I'm going to take some ghee, which is the only dairy item in this entire soup, but you don't have to use ghee. You can use vegetable oil instead, but ghee is just a little more authentic. This is a Middle Eastern soup, and I think it makes it taste a lot better. So I just use a little bit of it to saute the vegetables in. Not a lot. So it's a pretty low-fat soup. Ghee, all ghee is clarified butter. I'm going to put it on low. And as soon as that gets, actually I'm going to put it on medium. I'm going to get it hot. And as soon as it gets hot, I'm going to stick in all my vegetables and saute them for about 10 minutes. And then we'll be on to the next step. Alright, we're back. And we have here a very hotty potty. And that's ghee in there. It's all melted up, kind of looks like oil at this point. And we're going to put in our onions. Yeah, you hear that sizzle? That's good. That means that they're going to sear and get a nice brown color. We like that. Brown color is good. That's our mushrooms. Now that was, I said that was 2 onions, 2 large onions. Now the mushrooms, that was about 4 cups of mushrooms, but mushrooms cook down like ridiculously a lot. So 4 cups of mushrooms will turn into like a 1/4 cup in the end, like next to nothing. The carrots were the 2 carrots, and I use organic because the flavor is actually, for carrots, it's a big difference. And here's those potatoes, but we're going to add those in a minute. Okay? Now what we need to stir with that is a wooden spoon. Just an old-fashioned wooden spoon. The one that your mother threatened you with when you were a kid. Maybe not. Okay. So, give it a stir. And it's going to take a few minutes. And what you want is you want that beautiful, like, translucent kind of... And because there's kind of a lot in this big pot right here, it's going to take a little longer, but I'm cooking for 30 here, so you have to bear with me.